Working from home is different from going to your job at the office in lots and lots of ways. Currently, a lot of people are being given absolutely no option but to work from home. And if that's the case for you, or if your employer decides after the lockdown that that's the way forward, and that could happen as well, what can you do to make things work as successfully as possible? Because it is a shift. Start by keeping a routine, because it's easy to think because your office is only a few paces away, maybe even less, that you don't need a routine, but you do. Definitely. You definitely do need a routine. It's actually more important than ever. Otherwise your mind won't make the transition from its previous routine to the new one that's imposed on it. You'll also need some allocated space, and it could be temporarily allocated from the start of the working day, so your space could go back to being the dining table at the end of the evening. I know people that do that. And it can actually help to enforce the routine because it gives you a break. But there definitely needs to be somewhere that you can call your own working space, your office, for the duration of the working day. Otherwise your mind will just get confused and it won't be able to work properly at all. It should also go without saying you'll need to know your way around a computer. And there's probably no one at home you can use as a substitute for the IT department, or even a helpful co-worker when Zoom or Skype or WhatsApp conspire against you. Google's your friend when you need techie help, or at least to an extent, but you need to quickly fathom out when it's being helpful and when it's doing its worst and hindering instead. Ideally, before a couple of hours have been wasted doing something that should have taken a couple of minutes. That happens. So don't be afraid to say you don't know, rather than saying you're thinking you do know. Go into a kind of traditional male mode of not asking. And in these circumstances it seems to apply equally to women. And don't get distracted too often. Checking your emails and other messages every couple of minutes isn't productive, but it's very, very easily done. After all, you tell yourself you're working. You're just not really doing anything. And have rules about working late at the home office as well. I've been self-employed for a long time, and a running joke about self-employed is that the self-employed are always at work 7 days a week. There's a big danger that can happen to you when you start working from home. It's almost easier to work late than it is to leave the home office early. Especially if your company has got some kind of surveillance software on your computer that they've told you about or haven't told you about. It's also easy for your colleagues and bosses to expect you to reply pretty much any time of the day or night after normal working hours, because you're working from home and you're already there. So decide on the boundaries for that, both incoming requests and ones you make. That'll vary by company and sometimes even by project. Just make sure you're not at work 24/7, it's easy done. And if you'd like lots more productivity tips for working from home, you can get a free report from the link below this video. It's a quick read and there's lots of tried and tested solutions that work.